Okay, so today what we're going to do is show you through a few of our key products. So here we have the MyChron5. The MyChron5 is the world's most popular karting lap timer. Can also be used on some bike installations and older cars that haven't got an ECU, and all they need is a HT lead or for an RPM pickup. So what we're going to do now is show you the product. So here we have the MyChron5. It comes in two variations. We have the MyChron5S, which is this model here. We also have the 2T version. I'll explain to you in a minute what the 2T version is different. We have a LCD screen on the front. We have 4 push button inputs here for scrolling through the menu and changing your settings on the device. We also have up here a configurable shift light, so you can also configure that for lap times as well. So if you wanted to configure that for your split times, so to see whether you're fast or slower in particular sectors, you could also do that. And obviously this is fully configurable for the scale of the RPM. So whether that's on, for example, a go-kart with a high revving engine, and then you wanted to go to something that had less RPM, you can change the scaling. What we also have here is 2 alarm lights. These again are programmable, so these can be programmed for things like water temperature or EGTs. So these can be programmed different colours, and they can flash, they can stay constant, they can do whatever you want them to do. These are used for the driver on the circuit. So for example, if there's the radiators leaking on a go-kart, for example, and the temperature's getting too hot, you can program this light to come on above a certain temperature. So when it starts flashing, it gives the driver information, so the driver can then accordingly come into the pits, stop, whatever they need to do. On the back, we have this section here. This section here is for our rechargeable battery. That's the rechargeable battery, just slots in there, and you've got 2 screws that do at the top to hold it in place. It also comes with a charging dock, so the battery will last about a day. Say you're doing 6 sessions in a day, about 10 minutes long. 1 charge in the battery should comfortably do the day. So to recharge it, simply connect it to the dock like that. There's a USB lead in the box that comes from this. You can plug it into, it comes with a mains adapter, or you can just plug it straight into a computer to charge it. Whichever way you want to do, that would recharge the battery. On the back here, there's 3 ports. The top port here, you have as a temperature port. So this is where the difference between the MyChron5S, which is this model, and then we have a 2T version. Now the only difference between the 2 versions of this Micron is this top port here. The MyChron5S can only take 1 temperature input. So into here, we have, first of all, there's the temperature sensor. We have this patch lead. It's a 712 binder that just connects into there like that. You screw it up nice and tight, and then simply connect your temperature sensor with the easy plug-in binders like that. The patch lead length is about 1.5 meters, so it's more than long enough for most go-karts. So when you have a 2T, you have a slightly different patch lead. So off here you can see we've just got the 1 temperature sensor. On a 2T, it splits here, and you can plug 2 temperature inputs into this lead, which means you can therefore display 2 temperatures. The other thing that also comes in the box is the RPM lead. This simply plugs into here, folds up inside here, and this is to go on the HT lead. So that will give you the RPM to the Micron. This is the charging plug that also comes in the box, that again is used with the charging dock to charge a battery. The next port we've got on here is your lap port. So a lot of people will use the internal GPS that's in the Micron. This is programmed with thousands of tracks, I think about 5,000 tracks on our database. So you literally just turn up at a track, turn the device on. For example, say you were at PFI in the UK, you turn the device on, the GPS will go off the coordinates and it'll go, you're at PFI. It'll come up on the screen, PFI, you press select, drive out onto the track, and it'll just start giving you lap times because all of the GPS coordinates are saved into the device. Some people go to events where, for example, I would say they're like a custom track, or someone will create a track. For example, we went to an event in Bahamas, and strangely enough, they built a track in a car park. Those, of course, don't exist, but what this device will do is it's got a self-learn feature. So if you turn it on and it hasn't got a track nearby, you can set it into a self-learn. So if you start driving around and it starts going, hang on, we're going around in a circle here, it will start automatically giving you lap times, which is quite clever. You can then save that track and put it into the database as well if you wanted to. The other option for this lap input is you could have a magnetic pickup, which is another sensor that would plug directly into there, and it picks up off the magnetic strips in a go-kart track, or any magnetic strip doesn't fit in a go-kart track. So you just tell the device how many strips there are on the circuit. So say, for example, there's 3, you put 3, and it'll give you 3 different timing points. Those 2 combined together will give you a lap time. The final one we've got at the bottom here is the expansion port. This is how we expand the network of the Micron. So we also do an expansion box that can take up to 4 more sensor inputs. You could have, for example, speed, a pressure and 2 other temperatures. This box will plug directly into here. The most popular use for this is for our SmartyCam. SmartyCam3 Sport in particular is designed for karting. That plugs directly into here. It takes all the information that the MyChron sees and records on this device and sends it via CAN onto the camera. So everything's then saved onto the SD card on the camera. You can then take the SD card out, analyze the footage. You'll have your RPM, your temperatures, your lap times, your track position. Whatever you've got set on here, you will see on the camera. The other good thing about this device is not only does it display all the information, it's also got a built-in data logger. If you, for example, were with some friends and you went on a track, you all went out and one was faster than another. If you all had one of these devices, you can all download your data via Wi-Fi from the device to our software, and you can analyze the data to see at which parts in the track someone's faster than the other. You can then obviously look at that combined together and go, okay, I'm faster through sector 1, you're faster through sector 2, and you can see whether they go, for example, they brake later, which means the speed will go, they carry more speed into the corner, or they pick up the throttle sooner out of the corner. You can view all of that on our software on Race Studio 3 Analysis. The really good bits, if you use the expansion box and start adding throttle and brake sensors to the device, you can see exactly what someone's doing on both pedals at all times. So that starts to go into the next level where you might be, for example, in a karting or motorsport team and you want to view every single aspect of the data. That's when they start using the additional sensors. So that's everything to do with the MyChron 5. Next time we're going to be looking at the SmartyCam3 Sport. If you have any questions about any of our products, please don't hesitate to get in contact. We have a number of support lines available. You can go onto aimshop.com. There's a contact email form there. Our phone number's on there, and also there is a live chat service that is monitored 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So any questions you might have or queries about our products, please don't hesitate, get in contact. Thank you very much.